Okay. Let's go. Welcome everyone to another beautiful game. We actually saw someone not too long ago that actually had a maxed out character. Interesting. Not too many kills though on bosses. Kinda saddening, but wow, 1,000 thermonuclear smoke devils. Not bad. Anyways, yeah, so we are going to be doing the Wannai Trio quest. We have everything needed. If you see down here on the report abuse button, I've been alive for an hour and 12 minutes. I've actually been spending about 4 hours between last night and tonight. I think 2 hours last night and about 2 hours, 2.5 hours today doing just fishing. I did the math using the skill calculator, and it actually came out to the point of I only needed to spend about 4 hours minimum fishing, depending on how hard I wanted to fish, to actually achieve from level 59 fishing to level 65. 65 is where we need to be to do the Untitled Wannai Trio quest, not cleanup, Trio quest, and that's what we're going to be doing today. The fishing was the last one that I needed to do. However, the benefit of getting my fishing up even farther than 59 is the fact that I can now get monkfish. I actually need to do the quest that allows, Swan Song, that allows me the ability to actually catch monkfish. However, that's going to be possibly tomorrow, because monkfish are a pretty good source of high-level food. That will be a complete transition from any lobster I've ever had, any tuna I've ever used, any potatoes with cheese I've ever used, and any swordfish I've ever used, and just goes straight into nothing but monkfish. As well as the ability, what is it? So for a raw caramblon, we need level 30, I think it is, to actually cook it. Yeah, you only need level 30 cooking to cook caramblon, which is really interesting because technically, if you were to play this properly, you would be able to get a character all the way up to 65 fishing and 34 herb lore, as well as just eating cake, pie, whatever else you got. Get your cooking up to level 30, and you will never need your cooking above level 30 in the medium game. There's definitely some quests that, yes, they do require over level 30, but we won't be caring too much about those. But yeah, so that is a massive achievement for us. I did fishing for leaping salmon, trout, and sturgeon. I actually gained a level, I think 3/4 of a level, which got me strength. Absolutely hilarious. A strength level. However, the other one is, if you'll see here, we got level 60 attack. So I've been farming for giant seaweed since we did this quest for the diving suit, and I have 129 giant seaweed. And each one of those gets cooked into 6 soda ash apiece. So what that means is I actually have about 600 plus soda ash worth of giant seaweed. That's great. That's really good. some reason, I'm having issues here. Okay, we'll just run with it, and hopefully Streamlabs fixes itself. Yeah, so we have 600 giant seaweed essentially right now. All I would need to do is, I've been passively farming the seaweed. Because I got my herb lore up to, what is it, 34? Oh no, because we have access to this, I was using the compost potion. With the addition of the compost potion and the Farmers Guild, I'm able to make super compost with the volcanic ash. And I've been making a bunch of super compost specifically for the things that I really don't want to care about. Namely, the seaweed, giant seaweed, and the any trees or something that takes, you know, a stupid long time to do. I won't have to pay anyone anything anymore because the giant the super compost is a 90% chance to completely ignore disease. So I can simply just plant something and never see it again. As well as also getting a massive bountiful harvest every time I harvest. But yeah, so tonight I'm thinking I'm going to be doing molten glass, getting a crap ton of buckets of sand, and then proceeding to make a bunch of molten glass. Take all of our giant seaweed and melt that down. Get a bunch of glass, and we should be good there. Yeah, for right now, let's go ahead and look at what we need for Type of Wannai Trio. So we have the 15 agility, 30 cooking, and 5 fishing. However, we need 65 if we are a Ironman, which we are, so. And the completion of Jungle Potion, which we did forever ago. So let's go ahead and gear up. We need a knife, a single banana, a small fishing net, pestle mortar, we need a steel spear, which should be fine because we learn spear crafting, don't we? I'm pretty sure we do. We learned spear crafting, so. Pestle mortar. Okay. What else do we need? So we need a steel spear, which after this, we will be able to make spears. So we're fine with losing this one. A steel spear or better. We need a agility potion, which we have not made yet. A tinderbox. We have not killed a yogurt. Seaweed. Just a single seaweed. And then the Karamwan. Karamjan rum. Okay, so the agility potion. What do we need for that? We need toad flax and toad legs. Singular toad flax. And we can go to oh, we need 4. Ooh. So I have to use both of my toad flax for this. That's fine. We have a bunch of seeds. I think I'm capable of doing toad flax, aren't I? Yeah, level 38. I can go up to Avanto now? Oh, nice. Okay. Great. Okay, so toad legs. We can get these in the Lumberge Swamp, can't we? They can be made by pulling the legs off of swamp toads that can be found by pickpocketing gnomes, or picked up in the swamp along the northern edge of the tree gnome stronghold, as well as around the south lake of Tavern. Okay, so we can go to Falador and grab those. So let's go ahead and do that. And we need 2. Okay, so while we're doing that, what else did we need? Ranged or magic equipment to kill a monkey. We will bring our heavy crossbow. Crossbow's really heavy. Maple shortbow? We don't actually need that anymore. We will bring the yew shortbow and all of our iron arrows. I say use these because the bows are super light. The one downside to a lot of the bigger things like crossbows is they are stupid heavy. Okay, so we got that. Let's get our holy symbol. Actually, let's use our steel arrows instead of the iron, because we do have to kill a yogurt. Those, and 1, 2, 10, 1 earth ruin. Okay. So we have ranged equipment to kill a monkey, yogurt bones, and then we just need a little bit of gold. We'll bring 5k with us, and we're good. Okay, so let's go to Falador and get the toad legs. So they should be around here. Pretty sure that's where they were. Here's our swamp toads. Let's make these. Get our agility potions. Teleport to our dune. Go to the zoo here. There should be some yogurt bones. Yes, there is. So we can kill us some yogurs and get the bones here. Go. Let's go to the bank here real quick. So it looks like in terms of a lot of the stuff, we do have everything. It does also request that we have a antidote potion for anti-poison, so we will take one of those. Deposit the 2-dose. Use that with that, get a 4-dose anti-poison. And we should be good. I don't think that we need anything else. It suggests bringing food, so we'll take a couple lobsters. Between the lobsters and our prayer, there should be no issues at all killing anything. Okay, yeah, we are good to go. So now we need a knife, a carom rum, and a banana. So we are going to teleport to the Mesa Point Banana Plantation with your Amulet of Glory. Haha, ha, ha, ha. Silly. Is this going to take me directly to Brimhaven for like 30 gold? It will, I think. Yeah, 30 gold. But we do need to go to the Musa Point for the Carom rum. So let's go ahead and make our way over there. And we're still underweight. Nice. And we wouldn't be if we had the crossbow. So, yeah, it's pretty good. There we go. We have our rum. All right. So let's start this proper. Purchase Carom rum. Slice the banana using your knife and add the sliced banana to your rum. Make sure you combine the sliced banana with your rum before you leave the island, or the rum will break. The rum combined... So we need the sliced banana with the rum. Oh my god, did I... Okay, I'm pretty sure I just did that wrong, so... fairly certain I just did that wrong. Well, good thing we didn't go too far before we did that. Yeah, I needed to slice the banana before putting it in the rum. Okay, so we have banana in the rum. Why is it still so loud? Okay, after obtaining the Carringer rum, travel south to Wannai and talk to Tim Fraku upstairs in the northwestern house with a quest icon above him. Is this a grapple? It is. Dang. That would have been a really cool place to, God, I do need to continue doing smithing. Maybe I'll do that tonight instead of the molten glass. Like, there's not too much reason for me to do molten glass at this point. I don't have any quests that require more than 54 crafting, to my knowledge at least. However, there's plenty of things that I need smithing for. Specifically, game? Oh, it's because the gate's closed. I was like, why am I not going there? It's because the gate's closed. But yeah, there's plenty of things that I need smithing for, but not crafting. Crafting is relatively easy to do now that we have glass orbs and molten glass crafting. As well as doing battle staves. Yeah, maybe I'll just do some smithing tonight, like mithril smithing. Try to get that up higher. Something that I need to do. So it's this guy. Tim Fraku. I am chief of Taipo Wannai village. Who dares set foot in my hut? I am a roving adventurer. I'm a wandering wayfarer. Well then, wayfarer, you would do better to wander elsewhere. Trufius sent me. What news does he send? Trufius has communed with the gods. Your village was never cured, and your people are free. Or it was never cursed, and your people are free to return. Wannai, do you speak the truth? Yep, I helped Trufitus gather ingredients for a commune potion. Then it must be true. I cannot thank you enough for what... Oh, okay, so it's just like lag or something? I cannot thank you enough for what you have done so far. Your gratitude is all I deserve. No, Wannai, you deserve much more. I now ask you to do one last thing for our village. And what is that? Conveniently, it's not the last thing. But we'll go with it. I ask you to deliver the good news to my 3 sons, Tamayu, Tensei, and Yeah, and then return them to the village. Yee. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you very much. I shall reward you greatly if you succeed. If I succeed, how hard can it be? We shall see, Wannai. This is gonna be like one small favors level of length, isn't it? You can visit Tinsei at Karn Island and give it to him. This will fulfill the first of 3 requests he makes later on. Okay, so let's go to Cairn Island, give him the Karamja rum, and I'm gonna be right back for just 1 second. Just a minute. Okay. Let's take a quick look here. Why is Twitch being this way? I'm so confused. Twitch, please. Okay. I don't know why Twitch is being weird right now. Anyways, okay, let's continue. Okay, so we need to go down to Cairn Island. Good little stopping point. We got all of our run speed back. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and give this guy his Karamja rum. The tribals are not hostile towards me anymore because by the way, we're level 69.95. Which is massive because at 70, we get the new Slayer Master. Oh, new Slayer Master. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'll be able to slay all the things then that are actually my level or higher. Really? Are you really gonna do this to me, game? Wow, that hit me awfully hard. Tensei! Tensei's the name. Tensei, I have good news. Trufius has communed with the gods. Your village is once again safe. Your father requests that you return to the village. I will return only once I have repaired the tribal statue bones. Where is the tribal statue? Just near my father's hut. But that's in the village. I know. So what are you doing here? Collecting materials to repair the statue with. And I suppose you want me to fetch them for you. Good idea? Yes. You mean you were just sitting here, waiting for people to bring you things you need? Yes. And you don't see anything wrong with that? No? Right. What do you need? I think I need banana in Karamjin rum. I see, and you're going to use this to repair the statue. But of course. I'll be back later. Good thing. You hand Tensei these sliced bananas in Karamjin rum. Yes, that's it. Hits just the spot. What, I thought you needed it for the tribal statue repair. I did. Can we return to the village now? Not yet, I need one more thing. What is it? I'm thinking. Seaweed, yes, a seaweed sandwich will do the trick. Aha, a seaweed and monkey skin sandwich. Is this really necessary? Yes, essential. I will be back later. Alright, let's take a quick look. Okay, so we are done with him for the time being. Teasing stick? The hell's a teasing stick? It reduces the risk of hand severage when poking large, vicious carnivores. You know, I don't know what I was expecting, but okay. Let's go ahead and kill a monkey right here. You don't know how to skin a monkey yet. Well, we have it. And the monkey paw, which we actually need for the Rags and Bones quest. Awesome. Alright, let me take a quick look here. You can find Tamayu southeast of Wannai village. At the mine. Southeast. So he's up over here. So let's go do his part of the quest. Actually, while we're here as well, let's get some Karamwanji. Because we do need Karamwanji for catching Karamwan, so we might as well knock this out of the water right now. They don't weigh anything. Might as well. There's absolutely no reason not to do this right now. Really, people buy these at 11 a piece? Wow. Well, considering every time I catch them, I'm getting 13. Wow. It's a sizable amount of money. 130 for each one? What's just a normal lobster? 170? This is a lot faster though, so... We'll go until we have a full inventory of shrimp. Okay, we have 200, never mind. We're good. Tamayu. Alright, Tamayu, first son of Timfraku. What do you want, stranger? Tamayu, I bring good news. True has communed with the gods. Your village is once again safe. Your father requests that you return to the village. Then know this, stranger. I vow upon the blood of my fallen kin that I shall not set foot in that godforsaken village till I have slain the Shaka Khan. You could slay it after we return to the village. No, your pitiful whines tires me. Now let me prepare. Is there a cutscene? When will you succeed? When the gods bless me with success, you may join me on my next hunt, but you may not partake. Follow him to the next hunt. Yes. Lead the way. Shaka Khan is at present far too agile for me. I cannot do enough damage with the spear, and it seems to be healing too quickly. Okay. Do not give your spear or agility potion to Tamayu yet. Go to the pond southwest of Tamayu, and yep, we got our Wannai. You must poison the spear with Karambuan before giving it to Tamayu. Fish for at least 22. Well, 22. Wow, okay. It is recommended to have a few spare. We have a couple spare, yeah. They are different from Karambuan. Now travel north. If you don't have a pestle and mortar, you can buy one at the jungle store, then continue to talk to Lamfu near the POH portal in Brimhaven. Bitch. Yayi. Watch where you're going, young whippersnapper. I wasn't going anywhere. Well then go away from here. You did, I came back. So I see. What would a fool like you want with me? Do you have any spare monkey skin laying around? Funny you should say that. Why is that? Do you have any? Well, people have been asking me for monkey skins all day, but no, I'm out of monkey skins. How old are you? An order of magnitude older than you. What an impudent question. Collecting bait has become hard enough at this age as it is without having to endure the childing of you young people. What do you use for bait? That is part of the secret. Why would I tell you? Did I do that out of order? I could help collect the bait. And why would you help me? Sound like you need help. How dare you say such a thing? Be off with you. Collecting the bait is becoming increasingly... What do you do with your carom wand? So confusing. I could help collect the bait. Why would you help me? You sound like you could do with the help. Well, perhaps you're right. It's nighttime. I could do with some help after all. I have a fair amount of bait left over since last time I collected some, but I will be needing more shortly. Oh, okay. Where can I find the bait? I don't even know what it is. Patience. I have kept the nature of the carom wand a closely guarded secret. There is nobody alive who knows more about them than I do. Furthermore, there is nobody alive who even knows how they feed. You must therefore understand that what I am about to tell you is given in complete trust, and that you are to tell nobody else. I understand. Very well. The Karambuan are a form of octopus native to our island of Karamja. They feed solely on Karamwanji, a brightly colored fish which also inhabits the coastal waters surrounding the island. Karamwanji congregate in coastal shoals near the Holy Lake. You will find it easiest to fish for them there. Where's the Holy Lake? Just to the south of Wannai village. I'm sure you've met the locals already. And what do I do? What do I use to fish for the bait? Any small net would do. Return here as soon as you have caught 20. Sup? Have you retrieved the Karambwanji yet? Yes, I have some here. Hand Lebufu 20 raw Karambwanji. Thank you. This should tide me over for the next month. 20. That's it? Wow. Okay. What do you use to catch Karamwan? Well, since you ask, it's a specially constructed octopus pot, but we don't tell anybody. That's part of the secret. Okay? What is a Karamwan? Species of octopus. What do you do with your caramboin? I eat what I need and sell the rest to the Shrimp and Parrot restaurant. Before you ask, the Shrimp and Parrot is just north of here in Brimhaven. My, you're keen, aren't you? How would you feel about becoming my apprentice? That's a slight change of attitude. As much as I need to protect the secret, I should not carry it to the grave. Hey, smart man, smart man. Seem a trustworthy type of person. Do you want to train as my apprentice? Yee! I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure the secrets of the caramboin will be safe with you. He teaches you a new fishing technique. In our language, caramboin literally means a friend of Karamjo. As a friend of mine, I will now show you how to fish for them. There are two aspects of fishing for caramboin. Firstly, you must have the correct bait. Secondly, you must have the correct equipment. You already know of the Karamwanji, which shoal in the Holy Lake to the south. As I had explained, the caramboin feed only on the Karamwanji, which are therefore the perfect bait. But what kind of equipment do you use? It is futile to attempt to catch caramboin with something as basic as a net. They are too strong and vicious to be caught in such a fashion. I have spent many years designing a specially shaped vessel into which caramboin may pass from, but which may not return. If the vessel is loaded with caramboinji and then repeatedly lowered into caramboin shoal, then you should surely find a caramboin octopus trapped inside. You will need to give a caramboin fishing vessel with which you can practice. Make sure you do not lose it. Under no circumstances may you give or show this to anybody. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Hands you a caramboin vessel. Feel free to practice on my fishing spot. Oh, yes. We now have the ability to catch caramboin. So I need, what, 2 more? Where does one get more vessels? You collect more vessels at this stage. You can obtain more by dropping the one in your inventory than asking for another. There we go. So we have 3 now. We still do need to try and catch one of these, though. That's going to be an issue. Why? Why am I not able to catch one? Is that just for the quest, I guess? It's just for practice, not actually doing it? Once you've tamed as many as you wish, use a Kermon in one of the vessels. Northeast corner of the Kermon jungle. Fairy ring DKP to seek out Tiadishi. I'm assuming, yeah, DKP. Okay, so it is over there. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you can't actually get Karamja from there, which is kind of a shame, but whatever. It's also really kind of messed up the fact that you learn how to do this, get taken on as an apprentice, and have to go and you go and teach someone else how to catch Karam 1. Like, oh my god. You're doing everything that he doesn't want you to do. A Hyogre. Look, a Hyogre. Alright, so we need to talk to this guy. Are you Tia? I am. Tia, I bring good news. True has communed with the gods. Your village is safe again. Your father requests that you return to the village. I will return only when I have caught a Karamwan. Is there anything I can do to help? I just don't know. You can try. What would you have me do? Something helpful? Like fishing for Karamwan? When will you be finished? At this rate, it could take forever. We don't have forever. Sometimes oblivion is all I crave. Okay. I refuse to take your offering. I must catch this Karamwan myself. Tia, instead of using your net, try using this vessel. Hand over the Karamwan vessel to Tia. What is it? It has been specially constructed to catch Karamwan. Once they enter it, they cannot return. Also, it has been loaded with Karamwanji. The Karamwan will not be able to resist this bait, as you say. Wannai, I can't believe my eyes. I, Tia, would have never amount to anything have I managed to trap a Karamwan. Let me offer you my first catch as a sign of gratitude. Accept. The feeds you his first catch. Your father would be proud. My father would not care. Speaking of your father, can we make way to the village? He awaits your return. I cannot return just yet. We witness the change of a turning tide. The secret of the Caramblon are to be unlocked. Therefore, before I return, I must ask you to do one thing, and that is take a Caramblon vessel to my brother Tinsay. He is an academic among us. Tell him I have asked for him to study it so that we may craft more of its type. Can I have the vessel back then? I need this to practice with. Why don't you craft another one? Never mind. Yeah. Okay. And we do have a seaweed. Let's go to Zinaris. So that I can cook these. Use a pestle and mortar on the poisoned Caramblon to produce Caramblon paste. Then use the paste on a spear to create a Caramblon poison spear. Okay. This blasted Caramblon just falls off the spear. My life is becoming such a grind. There we go. What exactly? So Caramblon Poison deals 6 damage every 15 seconds, which is the same starting damage as Poison plus plus, but with a slightly faster infliction rate, 3 seconds faster per hit splat, or 25 game ticks versus 30. If it is not reapplied to the target, the poison deals... Oh, okay, so, wow, that's actually really strong then. Hey, we unlocked how to poison spears. Nice. So we'll actually be able to, God, that's a lot of damage, too. 6 poison damage? Every 15 seconds? That's not bad. By any means. Okay, so we have our poison spear now. Now head back to Mew. Okay. So let's go ahead and bank the Caramblon. We will keep that though. Didn't I have... Yes. Just putting all of the bones in there. Okay. And that was DKP. Oops. DKP. Now we go back to Tamayu. It's the nature one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Tamayu. Once you've returned, use the newly poisoned spear and your agility potion on him. Careful not to drink the potion. I've noticed you commenting on the Shaka Khan's agility. Try drinking this potion. Hand over the agility potion to Tamayu. Thank you, Wannai. Now I must prepare for my next hunt. Feel agile enough to finally match the Shaka Khan. Try using this weapon. Hand him the spear. Thank you, Wannai. Now I must prepare for my next hunt. Take me on your next hunt for the Shaka Khan. Very well, but you must not interfere. He's not even using the spear. Come on, man, I gave you that spear. Use it. Yay. I did it. Tamayu, first son of Timfraku, did slay the Shaka Khan. The deaths of my kin have been avenged. You are my witness. Worry not, I am your witness. Shall we return to the village now? Yes, go on ahead without me. I have further matters to attend to here. But I will meet you in the village once you have helped my brothers and spoken to my father. Alright. One down. And we already have a corpse, so we can give this to him. Let me guess, you want me to skin that monkey? Very well, I shall, since you have assisted me. Hand over the monkey corpse to Tom. Hand you some monkey skin and bones. Only need to save the skin. Okay, Tensei. Head to Karn Island in order to talk to him. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Karamja seems so much bigger than it actually is, like, width-wise. It's really, really tiny, honestly. Like, there's really not that much to this island. It tells you to go across the island, but it's not that far. It's nice to meet you live. Watch. Are you a bot? What a shame. Oh well. Tensei, my dude. Seaweed seaweed sandwich. So I need seaweed, a monkey skin, or a ranged magic method to kill a monkey. Once you have both items, use them on each other to create a seaweed sandwich. Have you found my seaweed in monkey skin sandwich yet? Yes. I have it right here. And Tinsei, the seaweed and monkey skin sandwich. Yes, perfect. You really do not understand how necessary that was. Can we go now? Say something. No. Does that mean you're not coming or not saying anything? I'm not coming. Why? I need one more thing. I need yogurt bones. Yogurt bones. Why do you keep... Yes, burnt yogurt bones. Burnt yogurt bones. How am I... Indeed, burnt yogurt bones marinated in caramblongi. Yes, that will be good. You're just going to eat it, aren't you? No, burnt yogurt bones marinated in caramblongi are in fact essential in the trade of tribal statue repair. I'll be back eventually. Oh boy. Okay. Use the bones on a tinderbox to burn them. Grind a caramblongi. Use the paste. Oh god, I just need one. Why did it auto? That's terrible. Okay, we got our burnt yogurt bones. Use those with some paste. And I need wood. Is there even a place to get wood around here? No, there isn't. Not like I'd be able to get it anyways. Alright, let's go into Shiloh Village. Bird. What the hell? Never seen this before. Jungles 90? Oh damn, son. Is there a range here at all? Of course there isn't. Oh, good thing we got a bank right here. Let's do oak. Marinated J-bones. Okay, let's go all the way back now. And we come up here. Of course, you know. 67 agility, and I still managed to somehow fail at getting up there. And Tensei the burnt yogurt bones, marinated in karamwanji, and he eats them. Finally, a near lifetime of craving satisfied. I assume you're now able to repair the statue. Perfectly able, my friend, thanks to your ministrations. Probably best you don't go cooking any more karamwanji from now on. They can be a bit volatile. Will you return to the village now? Must I? I insist, and so does your father. He will not be pleased with me. Why? It's complicated. We don't really talk about it. Very well, I will meet you in the village once you have helped my brothers and spoken to my father. Which we just did. So huzzah, we are done. So let's go now talk to... return to Taibo Wannai. Finally, return the crafting manual that was obtained by giving the Karamwan vessel to Tensei. Crafting manual? I definitely did not get a crafting manual. Oh yeah, that was the other part of it. I have to give him I have to give him a pot so that he can research them. Your brother Tia sent me. He asked you study this vessel and produce crafting instructions. Very well, hand it over. And your Karamwan vessel crafting manual. I hope that's what he wanted. Better be. Again, kind of a shame that I'm stabbing the guy in the back that literally took me on as an apprentice to do this. To be even able to capture Karamwan. It's like, hey, you want to teach me how to catch Karamwan? Oh yeah, sure, only if you're my apprentice. And then, oh, by the way, hey look, I'm taking the Karamwan vessel and selling it to the highest bidder in the village. Yeah, real good on my part. Not a secret at all anymore. So we should know. Oh no, we need to go back to Tia, don't we? Did they come back? No. Alright, well, we have to go back to Tia, it looks like then. Oh boy. Victim that just stuck inside of light jungle, and he just randomly casted a spell at me. You feel incredibly weakened. I mean, I wouldn't call that incredibly weakened. -2 attack, -1 defense, -1 range. Okay. Sounds pretty normal to me. I am genuinely amazed, though, that I have not been poisoned by... oh, I could have used the fairy ring. What am I doing? Oh my god. We will use the fairy ring to get back. So is that CKR? Tia Bandu. Have you taken the Caramborn vessel to 10? Yes, I have. Did you ask for crafting instructions, as I said? Yes, he gave me this. Hand over the crafting manual to Tia. Thank you so much. You cannot understand what all of this means to me and our people. Will you return to the village now? Yes, I will do as I promised. I'm glad to hear this. Let's go. Not yet. I will stay here a while to catch more Caramborn. I'll meet you at the village once you have helped my brothers and spoken with my father, which we have done already. So while I'm here, I'm going to catch some more Caramborn, because why not? I'm going to have to anyways later on. Let's also get rid of the paste. So let's just fill up our inventory on Caramborn. Because why not? Oh, it takes the bait out of the inventory. Oh, that's nice. So I don't have to keep refilling the vessel. What was it? CKR. Alright, let's head on up. Wow, we actually get a really nice weapon as well from doing this. Oh my god. I actually get a bunch of stuff. Like, this is one of those big, like, milestone marker quests where once you finish it, oh, it really shows you where you are location-wise on the game now. Like, we're actually, the fact that we have finished it, because we just have to talk to the dad now, which I thought this was going to be a much longer quest, and I definitely could see it being a very long quest, assuming you didn't have any access to any of this stuff prior to coming onto the island. But I gotta say, coming with everything on you, oof, that's so good. So good. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to Tim Fraku. My sons have returned to the village. Wayfarer, please accept my eternal gratitude. Oh, it was nothing real. Eternal gratitude accepted. Very good. The spirits of my family will watch over you, and now I would that you, and now I would that you also accept. Oh, okay. And now I would that you accept a small token of my appreciation, into a big stack of coins. That big stack of coins was 1900 gold, which I'll take it. There you go. Completion of Taibo Wannai Trio quest. You were awarded 2 quest points, bringing us up to 122 quest points total, 2500 attack and strength XP, as well as 5000 fishing and 5000 cooking XP. Nice. Definitely not as long as I was anticipating. You should go and see my sons in the village. I think they have something for you. Okay, thanks. Let's go ahead and leave here. And let's go talk to our boys. Okay, there's no one in that house. It's Djibouti. Oh god, I love that. His name's Djibouti. Alright, Tam. Welcome back to Taibo Wannai Stranger. I no longer feel a stranger here, and neither do we. Thanks to you, my father has requested I give you something of value. I have not much of worth to give apart from my fighting technique. Trains you in fighting technique. Hands you some kind of spear. This is the one thing I can give you. My family have honored me with the spear, but the honor is truly yours. Thanks. Take care, Bwana. Oh, this spear. It is a ruin Karamwanji Karamwan coated spear. Shit is nice. Like, they just straight up give you a ruined spear with Karamwan poison on it. That is huge. I think the highest spear that we currently have available to us is a oh, we can have defense XP on this. Nice. Okay, that's actually great. It's stab defense? Yeah, so stab defense. So it's shared, and defense XP. So, hey, that's actually really good for us. Tensei. Brar. Your meals are truly excellent, Bwana. I'm glad to hear it. But there are some areas which you could use some improvement, such as, let me show you. Grinsey trains you in a cooking technique. Thanks. Oh, and before you go, I finally got around to repairing that statue. You might want to take a look. Yogurt bones. Okay. Question mark, question mark, question mark. And he just gave us 5,000 cooking XP. Very nice. I think there was something at level 62. Oh yeah, that was to cook monkfish. We need level 62 to cook monkfish. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Hello, Bwana. We three have finally returned to the village. So I see. I wish to reward you in return for helping me. I have been attempting to cook the Karamwan. As we all know, they are poisonous if not cooked properly. Yes, it is how I, or rather, Teemu, killed the Shaka Khan. Indeed, I have determined precisely how long to cook them for so that they are edible. Tai teaches you in fishing technique. You gain knowledge of how to properly cook Karamwan. 5,000 fishing XP. Thanks to you, Lube's Karamwan monopoly is over. If you ever need some, then come to me and not the store in Brimhaven. Thanks. And he actually sells everything. Little expensive because I can catch them myself, but I suppose if I did absolutely need some now, like for stream-wise or something, I'd be able to get them, but still, that just doesn't seem like a fair trade for the most part. But let's go over everything that we just unlocked. So we got our initial 5,000 cooking XP, 5,000 fishing XP, 2,500 attack, and 2,500 strength XP. We got 2,000 coins, a Carambolin poisoned ruined spear, as well as access to Temu's spear stall, and Tia's Carambolin stall. The ability to pray at the newly repaired tribal statue works like an altar. From talking to Tin and Tia in the village after the quest, the ability to catch and cook carambolins from talking to Tia and Tin in the village after the quest, the ability to fight the Shaka Khan, but I need a KP spear to hit it, the ability to use Taibo Wannai teleport scrolls, and you can now take part in the smithing section of Otto's Barbarian Training. I believe we are going to go and take a small intermission to go and do the smithing Barbarian Training. Now the reason I want to do that is because it allows me, this guy has a stall? Someone has a stall, right? I don't know exactly where the stall is. Is it up here? I have no idea. However, yeah, so the... Yeah, I don't actually know. Where is this stall? But yeah, let's go do Otto's Barbarian Training once I'm done figuring out where the hell... Oh, what also... Altar. To pray at the altar, you must left click on the altar, right click, okay. Boop-a-doo boop-boo. Boop-a-doo boop-boo. Tribal statue can only be used after... Okay, the tribal statue. Well, oh, it works as an altar so that I can get my prayer points back. I was like, you know, a normal... Yeah, I thought that it meant it was like the house altar where you have like the incense burners and then you sacrifice bones to it. Okay, never mind. I just derped out on that one. Okay, so we have access to a prayer location on the map. Good. Okay, so where was this stall? Spear stall. Spear shop in Taibo Wannai, owned by Tam, one of the sons. Oh, so it only sells up to ruined spears. But it does, however, also have cleaning cloths, which isn't bad. Yeah. Okay. Actually, the cleaning claws, I would be able to... Well, no. We have a rune spear. I'm like, oh, I'd be able to put Carambolin poison on everything, on all my spears. But there's no reason to, because I only need one spear, and that's the rune spear. Until I get, like, a dragon spear or something. But, yeah, we won't be getting one of those for a while. So let me go ahead and knock Taibo Wannai off of our list of quests to do. And let's go do the Barbarian Training now. Barbarian Training for Barbarian Smithing. Alright. Let's go to our Dune. That was definitely a really fun quest. The only, like, we didn't need anything combat-wise. The only thing that we really needed combat-wise was, well, the only thing skill-wise was getting our fishing up. We could have done that way, way sooner, but I was putting off doing fishing. But now that we're back, okay, so we can do Barbarian Village fishing, or I'm sorry, not fishing, blacksmithing, as well as Barbarian herbalism, and finish off all of the Barbarian stuff. Hostas are going to be really useful for us, though. So being able to make those is going to be really nice. Let's go ahead and deposit all of this. And the okay. You must bring that 2 bars, 2 corresponding logs, and a hammer to complete the smithing portion, not just one. Okay. So I need 2 steel and 2 willow logs, because I know I can do everything with willow, and I'm not currently using willow for anything. Must have finished Barbarian Fishing, Taibo Wannai Trio, to create Wheel at Hasta. We do not need to do the Mangled Chewed Bones portion of the Ancient Cave, thank God, or burn a pyre during the fire-making section of the training. You only must have lit a fire with a bow method. Vada says you do not exclude presence. Okay. I need a hammer, a metal bar, a pause, use the barbarian and the bolt. Okay, so I just need a hammer. Okay, so steel, spears, and hastas use willow. Okay, so I actually lucked out and, yeah, okay. Alright, let's head on up to the Barbarian Village now. Or, not Barbarian Village, Barbarian Outpost. I could use a games necklace, but actually I don't even need to use it. I don't even need, yeah, I don't have to use the games necklace. I just teleport straight there. What was it that we needed to do for the mangled bones? Mangled or chewed bones? Mithril dragons, which are level 304. Yeah, I'm still not going to be able to do that one. I was like, hey, yeah, so I've gotten my combat skills, and I do have an anti-dragon shield now, but no, that won't mean anything. He's still going to hit me for 22 max with just melee. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to Otto. I have completed fire making with a bow. What follows this? Secret knowledge of herb lore we talked of. Linked to the fish in the lake nearby. Fish some of the fish from the lake. What do I do with them though? Cooking, certainly not. Mixing these two items with 2 dose potions is what should be performed. This results in a nutritious slop, perfect for healing as well as imparting the effects of the potion. Roe can only be used for some of the more easily combined mixes, while caviar may be used for any of the mixes from which I am aware. What if I only have 4 dose potions? You will discover... Oh, god damn it, what was it? I guess you just want me to go away making make one of these potions. Am I that predictable? In that case, I in fact require a potion for my own stock. Bring me a lesser attack potion combined with fish roe. Seek more answers. Okay, so I guess we're doing herb lore first? An attack potion. And a row. Nothing interesting happens. Oh, okay, so we use an empty vial on it. You feel you've learned more of barbarian ways. Otto might wish to talk to you more. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and make another one because why not? Okay. Yeah, for potions, we're now going to be just doing row potions for a mix. We're going to be turning all of our potions that we bring to quests and stuff mixes, because they do heal you. I mean, they heal you for like, what, 3 to 6 health? So we might as well have a potion that heals us. I mean, it'd be dumb not to. So we might as well do that. I'm not too sure on how you get caviar, though. I'm thinking that's with sturgeon? I see you have my potion. I will say no more than that I am internally grateful. I feel that I am missing some vital information about your need for this potion, though. I often have this suspicion. I will not reveal all my private matters to you. Some secrets are best kept rather than revealed. I seek more answers. Tell me more of these spirits you continually refer to. Those simple, their barbarians past died. Spear stuff? Please, spear stuff. I've completed fire making with a bow. What follows this? I'll repeat myself fully since this is quite complex. Listen well. In order to send our ancestors into the spirit world, their mortal remains must be burned with due ceremony. This can only be performed close to the water on the shore of the lake just to our northeast. We'll recognize the correct places by the ashes to be seen there. You will need to construct a small ship by using an axe upon logs in this area. Then add the bones of a long-dead barbarian hero. Where do I obtain these bones? From the caverns beneath the lake. Okay. I'm so confused though, like... You must bring 2 bars, 2 corresponding logs, and a hammer to complete the smithing portion, not just one. To begin barbarian smithing, player must have finished barbarian fishing. They must have also completed the Wannai trio quest. To create and build a hasta, you do not have to retrieve mangled or chewed bones from ancient cavern or burn a pyre during the fire making section of the training. You must only have lit a fire with the bow method. Fado says you do not exclude the presence of one, but we haven't learned how to do this yet. What? Must have finished barbarian training. Like 100% the fishing training. Really. And that's what I've done. I have done that. Please supply me details. Cunning with harpoons. I sense you have more understanding of spears through your studies. Okay, here we go. Well, it was interesting. Can I move on to more sane hobbies now? Nothing is sane when one is born knowing only certain death. The spirits approve of this, however, so death is on your side. What is that supposed to mean? I mean that when you eventually die, you find peace at last. The spirits you encounter will be your friends. Alas for you adventurous sorts, for whom this natural passing is impossible. Okay. Seek more answers. Tell me more of the use of spears. Okay, here we go. God, that got convoluted real quick for me and my small peanut brain. Tell me more about the uses of spears. Many warriors complain that spears are difficult to find. We barbarians thus forge our own. Can I just use some metal on an anvil, or is there something else involved? If you use our special barbarian anvil here, you will find it ideal. Other anvils are not sturdy enough or shaped appropriately for the forging work involved. Make any of our spears and return. Note that you will require wood for the spear shafts. Quality of wood must be similar to that of the metal involved. Easy. We will make 1 steel spear. Feels as though you've learned more of barbarian ways. Otto might wish to talk to you more. Yo, what's up, Otto? Tell me more about the use of spears. The manufacture of spears is now yours as a specialty. Use your skill well. In addition, I am ready to reveal one-handed spear crafts, hastas, which Please, Hastas. This sounds interesting indeed. Seek more answers. What of the one-handed spears of which you spoke? The next step is to manufacture a one-handed version of a spear suitable for combat. Such a spear is known to us as a hasta. Can't I just pick up one and use it in one hand? As you might suspect, our ways require greater understanding than is gained by simply looking at a weapon. It is also the case that our process involves a differently balanced spear. Before you may use such a weapon in anger, you must make an example. Only then will you fully understand the poise and techniques involved. So I must manufacture one. I see. This makes sense. Indeed, you may use our special anvil for the spear type 2. The ways of black and dragon spears are beyond our knowledge. However, these spears may not be created. Okay, let's make a hasta. Steel hasta. Feel you've learned more of barbarian ways. Otto might talk to you more. What are the differences? So it's slightly lower... Wait, it's just slightly lower defense? That's it? It has the same attack and everything? 12 all across. So it just increases my defense by a little bit. So the one-handed steel hasta reduces defense, but that's fine because those defenses get increased because it is a one-handed weapon. They both have the same attack speed as well. Can I actually throw Karamja poison on these? If I can, I might just use these. Oh my god, I can. Oh, yes. Wow, that's really strong then. Okay. What of the one-handed spears of which you spoke? I see you've constructed your hasta and are approaching readiness. If I may ask, readiness for what? To live life to its fullest, of course, that you may be a peaceful spirit when your time ends. I have no more questions at this time. In that case, farewell. Oh my god, you've done it all. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I don't care that you. That is really nice, though. So we have now completely understood how to make steel spears and steel hastas. To my knowledge, wasn't there a way? Otto can convert your Zamorakian hasta back into a spear free of charge. Can I have him... No, I cannot have him change... Oh, that's kind of a shame. Alright, well, in any case, we now have a steel hasta and spear, which I'm fine with. Okay, let's throw those in there. Okay, what do we have now that we can do? So I've completely finished, for the most part, actually, the pyre. We haven't done the pyre yet, which I can do real quick. So what is that? You need to enter the dungeon below the lake and fight the monster within to obtain chewed bones, mangled bones, used in constructing a pyre ship. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so we really are not doing that then. Alright, so now that we have that mostly knocked off, what else do we have that can come to mind that I need to do? Oh god, what was it? Death to the Dorgashin. How long is this? Medium quest, we have everything that we need. Because this gives us access to the ham storeroom. Yes. Okay. So we need this so that we can make a amulet of power. So, we have everything to do it. I need a light source. A tinderbox to light said light source. Two full sets of ham. A pickaxe. Oops. Rope. A weapon. Oh, by the way, I got a dragon longsword. I never even mentioned that. Yo, I got a dragon longsword. Might help if I actually mentioned, hey, I got a dragon longsword. Let's go. Alright, so let's take just the bare necessities for damage. Because we do have to fight a few people. Armor or food. Well, I can use some well, we don't need that many lobsters. Honestly, we don't need any of this because I can just pray. We'll take 3 lobsters with us. Lumbridge, teleport, ruins, or ruin tabs. Alright. That should be good enough. We get 5 teleports. Keep the Dragon Staff because we never go away with the dragon. A Demon Staff. Dragon Staff. Demon Staff? Dragon Staff. And I think we're good. So we just need another full set of ham, and we are good to go. Alright, let's go start this quest then. Go to Lumbridge and go into the basement in the castle below the cook. Take a light source, such as a lantern, enter the cave, and talk to Khazgar. We'll show you through the cave. Okay. Talk to Mistag, who will ask you to obtain 2 sets of ham robes. Oh god, I was like, a cutscene? What? No, I need to actually talk to him. It's good to see you again. The Dorgashin Council would like to ask a favor of you if you were interested. What is this favor? Surface dwellers have been visiting the mines for some time now, but no Dorgashin has yet visited the surface. We are curious about the surface, and we are also worried about the dangers it poses. We know that Lumbridge is friendly, but we are worried that the Ham group may be plotting against us. We are planning to send an agent to the surface, and we would like you to act as a guide. I will act as a guide. Thank you. In order to get into the Ham base undetected, you will both need to go in disguise. You should get 2 full sets of Ham robes. Once you have them, our agent will meet you in the cellar of Lumbridge Castle. Okay. So we need 2 full sets of clothes. So let's go back. And let's get our sets of Ham clothing. Okay, Ham guards, let's go. Oh. Absolutely disgusting. Dragon longsword hitting ones. Ugh. Hammer bottom? We do need that. Three longs, really. Is a full set. Yes, it is. Kind of want to pickpocket just because, hey, I need the thieving XP. Gimme, gimme. Uncut jade. Stop, Parmesan Chin is a thief. Nope. Am not. What do you think you're doing? Bruh. Level 50 thieving. Come on now. Thank you. I was like 5 in a row. I will actually happily take rusty swords. We do not need the boots or the robe bottom. We need a cloak and a amulet and gloves. So we still need 3 pieces. Two pieces. Really? 2 ham cloaks? Oh, damaged armor. I'll take it. Doesn't sound like anything, but if I repair it in my player-owned house, I will be able to get a large slew of possible items. Oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna kill guards now. Cannot believe I am dying that bad. Boy, that is rather slow. Back to pickpocketing. Oh, come on, man. Just... let me pickpocket you. I only need 2 more pieces of ham. Oh god, now we're getting, like, super duplicates. Oh, amulet. Okay, okay. We only need 1 more piece. We need the gloves. Another pair of boots. Actually, yeah, we do. I'm using my steel ones. Just need gloves. Come on. Gloves, please. Please. Atlas Gib Glub. Please give me the gloves. Oh my god, okay, we got it. Done. Alright, let's leave this terrible, terrible place. We'll go back to the Dorkishan city. Talk to Zanuck. You must be the famous Parmesan-chan. Yes, I am Parmesan-chan. Pleased to meet you. I'm Zanuck of the Dorkishan. I can't wait to see the surface, but first you need to get us both a set of ham robes. I have 2 sets of ham robes. Alright, let's go. I can't wait to see all around Lumbridge. I now have a companion. So you want to see Lumbridge, huh? Have you ever fought a wall beast? So this is the surface. It absolutely is. What's that? The giant light. That's the sun. It's so bright, I can't look at it. But it's amazing to think that there's nothing above me. Just the sun in the air and empty space forever. For generations, my people have lived with rock over our heads, but now I can see the sky. Indeed. Alright, so let me get back to the checkbox. Oh wait, Zanuck is a female. Oh. Okay, what, who is this? Is this a cave goblin? I'm Zanuck of the Dorkishan. Pleased to meet you. Zanuck is the first cave goblin to visit the surface. I'm giving her a tour of Lumbridge. Well, pleased to meet you, Zanuck. In fact, it's a good thing I met you. It's the Duke's birthday today, and I should be making him a lovely big birthday cake. I need egg, flour, and milk. I don't know what those things are. Are they exotic surface foods? Well, they're not exactly exotic. They're just the basic ingredients of a cake. If they're the basic ingredients, why don't you already have them? Well, damn, son. I don't think Zanuck has time to help you. It was worth a try. Exactly. No, I love that, because that is the very first quest for Cook's Assistant. As you go make a cake. Beautiful. Okay, so we take her up to the Duke. Sup, Duke Horatio? Greetings, welcome to my castle. Greetings, welcome to my castle. It's good to see a visitor from the Dorgeshan. I am Duke Horatio. I am Xanaka the Dorshian. Headman Urtag sends his greetings. Tell Urtag that I wish to speak with him again. I think that our cities could profit from trading with one another, but there can be little trade if he does not allow visitors to enter the city. I know, but the ruling council is so slow to make decisions. It's made up of old fogies who are set in their ways. Now then, wow. Just like every other council on the earth, yeah. Now then, child, is there room for caution and experience? Now then, child, there is room for caution and experience in politics. Maybe when I return, I can convince them to open the gates of the city. Have you heard of any ham activity lately? No, I know they've been gaining members, but I haven't heard anything else from them. They may be planning something, but then again, maybe not. Okay. We talked to the Duke. Talk to any man or woman. Hey, how's it going? How can I help you? Do you wish to trade? No, I have nothing I wish to get rid of. If you want a decent training, there are plenty of shops in the market. Okay, so we can't talk to him. Eek, what is it? I'm Zanuck at the Dorgeshan. A cave goblin. Well, there goes the neighborhood. What do you mean? It's all very well the Duke signed a peace treaty with those creatures. Maybe that'll stop them from attacking us. But for them to come wandering around the surface and mixing with decent people, I don't know what's the world coming to. We were never going to attack you. You nearly attacked us. Oh, they may say they're civilized, but they're still goblins. You can't trust them. The only reason they're not a threat is that they're so stupid. Stop talking about me like I'm not here. You know what, Zanuck? Just for you, there you go. One less person that needs to have that rationale of thinking. Right there. Let's go. Okay, so talk to Hands. Hello, what are you doing here? I'm giving Zanuck here a tour of Lumbridge. I'm Zanuck at the Dorgeshan. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you, Zanuck. I know not everyone in Lumbridge was pleased with the peace treaty, but I am delighted to have new underground neighbors. Can you tell me how long I've been here? I see the newcomers arriving in Lumbridge, fresh-faced and eager for adventure. I remember you. You spent 15 days, 1 hour, 14 minutes in the world since you arrived 666 days ago. Yikes. Big yikes. Okay. Sure. Definitely didn't know that it was that day, but alright. That's a beautiful clip. Alright. Big yikes. Okay. Anyways, continuing on. Wow, 15 days. Yeah, I've been playing for the past month, haven't I? Well, just over a month. So that means I've gotten... what? Wait, was that 15 days, or... I've been on for 15 days. Is 15 days 1 hour? No, it's been... Okay, so 24 hours, and it's been 32 days since I very first started streaming this game, which is 768 hours. Okay. So 15 times 24 plus 1 because of the 1 hour, 361 hours. 768 divided by 361. It's just over 2. So I've put in about 12 hours a day. Of RuneScape since we first started this whole session. Wow. Okay. That's, Alright, we went and, saw him. Alright, let's go to Bob. Get out of my shop, get out. What? We don't serve the likes of that thing in here. I don't need anything you've got to sell anyways. Let's go, Xander. And don't come back, you filthy goblin. Wow. Okay. Wow. It's kind of fucked up. Welcome to the Church of Holy Saradomin. What's a church and what is Holy Saradomin? Surely you've heard of the god Saradomin. He who created the forces of goodness and purity in this world. I cannot believe your ignorance. Oh, a god. Not just a god, Saradomin is the god with more followers than any other, at least in this part of the world. Which god do you cave goblins worship? We don't worship any god. Thousands of years ago, the gods made our ancestors fight in horrible wars, and it was only after we escaped from them that we were able to build a civilization. What happened in the wars? We do have stories about a war between the gods. I had always interpreted them as symbolic from the spiritual war between light and darkness of our hearts. Dorksian history remembers them as real. But we don't know much detail. Our ancestors were just foot soldiers. They didn't know what they were fighting for. I am sure they were engaged in a noble struggle, although perhaps on the wrong side. Saradomin was fighting to bring goodness and order to the universe, but Zamorak was leading the forces of darkness in a bid to bring eternal night to the world. Our history doesn't make a distinction. There was your own god who would kill you if you refused to fight, and someone else's god who would only kill you if you lost. What god did the Dorgashin used to follow? Our history does not remember his name. We know only that he was a violent god of war. Sounds like Zamorak to me, or one of the minor gods who followed him. Saradomin would never be so barbaric. You know, he says that, but we're fighting a war against Zamorak anyways. What happened in the wars? Okay, so we already did this one. How did the God Wars end? Yes, how did they end? My ancestors missed that bit. Saradomin was on the brink of victory, but he could not defeat Zamorak without destroying the world. So Saradomin, in his mercy, allowed Zamorak to flee to another world, and all the gods agreed never again to intervene directly in the world. Again, I had always interpreted it as symbolic, but that is how the legend goes. So that's why there are no gods here on the surface. That's right, the gods live in our hearts and listen to our prayers, but they no longer walk among us. I will tell the Durshan about this. The gods are gone and the surface is safe for us. Not all... bye. Just by. I'm not even going to go through that. Okay, I can manage without Saradomin, but thanks anyways. And pray to the altar. Okay, we have talked to the father. Lumbridge Guide. Green Adventure, I am at Phileas, the Lumbridge Guide. I am Zanika the Dorkishan, pleased to meet you. Green Zanika, I'm here to give information and directions to new players. Do you require any help? No thank you, Parmesan is showing me around. Well, can I help you, Parmesan Jam? No, I can find things myself, thank you. Okay, take her over to the goblins. Are those goblins? Yes. Hello, goblin? Who you? I am Zanika the Dorkishan. Dorkishan? Yes, the Dorkishan tribe. We live underground. We've been cut off from other goblins for generations, but now we're back. What? We're your distant cousins? We want to learn about your culture. Culture? Your art, your philosophy, your way of life. Now that the God Wars are over, you must have been able to build a peaceful civilization. Peace is for weak. We goblins, we strong. Why is peace for the weak? Big high war gods say so. He make us strong. Big high war... Oh, I see. Well, let's go. Yeah. Exactly. And talk to the shopkeeper. And I'm losing frames. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Twitch has been having some issues all day, so I'm going to go ahead and end it. I hope you guys have had a good day today. We finished Taibo Wannai Trio, which is a massive quest. We are going to go ahead and finish this quest tomorrow. Tonight, I think I'm going to mainly just kind of chill and do some molten glass making and smithing. Probably bounce between those. But yeah, hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some more. Have a good one.